What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yala Poppy from simphunter.com, and in this video, we are going to talk about why you should try and make some friends in OFM. Yes, you should. You absolutely 100 billion% should try to make some friends. In the OnlyFans management space, I'm going to tell you why you may hate it, but I am fortunate enough to have a lot of people who, when I say friend, what do I really mean? There's all different types of levels of friendship, right? But if I provide myself a loose definition of the word friend, then that's good, right? Isn't it good to have a lot of friends, right? A friend doesn't need to be somebody who would pick you up from jail or who would help you move, or, people say oh, well, I don't have a lot of friends because a friend to me is something that it's got to be super special and important. Okay, well, you sound really cool and tough now, but you don't have any friends. So it kind of sucks, doesn't it? I would rather take the opposite approach and say, why, yes, of course I have a lot of friends. Hundreds, in fact. And that just makes me feel better about everything. Now, I'm not delusional. I know that okay, at the end of the day, these people, if I was I need your help, please come pick me up now, they'd probably be why are you asking me, bro? I've talked to you 3 times. But still, if I treat them as a friend, even superficially, then it will help quite a bit with all kinds of things, which I'm going to go into right now. So in this OnlyFans management game, it is a solitary activity. Okay. Yes. Maybe you're on Telegram. Maybe you're in a group chat. Maybe you ask some questions. Maybe you have some people you DM from time to time. But it is still a lonely game. You are in it by yourself. You're the boss. You're the entrepreneur. There's nobody that you can go to. I mean, maybe you have a business partner, which I think is a great idea, by the way, but maybe you don't have one. Most people don't have a business partner. So it's a lonely game. It's not something that you have people that you can talk to about. However, if you have a friend, you can hit them up and be like, hey, bro, can I ask you a question? What do you think about this? I can't tell you. I mean, now I don't need to do this as much because now, thank God, things have kind of stabilized for me a little bit and I have bigger, better problems. But when my first 6 months in the game, I would say Account Self was probably one of my best friends for most of the beginning, right? We're still friends, but we don't talk all the time like we used to. I used to ask him all kinds of fucking questions about stuff that he had no relation to at all. Just because I was oh man, fuck, I'm kind of worried about this. I'm kind of thinking about that. I wonder what I should do. Oh, who can I ask? Well, I could just ask him, because fucking he knows all my dirt anyway. He's got all the secrets anyway. So I'd reach out to him and I would ask him, and it was very useful to me because you want somebody that you can talk to when you're doing this. And yes, like I said, you can talk to people in the Telegram groups who maybe don't have any personal connection with you, but that's going to be very sterile by comparison. As opposed to somebody that you kind of go out of your way to be on friendly terms with. Now, I actually feel that my experience in OFM is unique. I actually have no idea. I don't know. Do you guys even have friends in OFM? Do you have people that you would call your friends? I feel like I do. And how do I make these friends? Well, what it really comes down to is how useful are you to them? Okay. It's very cold. It's very calculating, but I'm not delusional in the sense that I think you're all going to get together and sing songs, listen to guitar, and fucking sit around the campfire. It's not really what I mean here. This is business. It's a cold game, and you are going to make friends with people that are useful to you or that you can be useful to. I go out of my way to try to be useful to people. I make these YouTube videos. I write articles. I have the OFM news site going on right now. I try, I sell proxies. I fucking try to mediate conflicts where I can. I try to clean up the community. I try to just fucking help people kind of wherever I can. I know some people, they have a bad opinion of me and they're like, oh, you're a grifter. You're just trying to take advantage. You're a bad person. And that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion. I respect that. But I do try actually to help a lot of people. Now, of course, I get something out of it. I'm not saying that I do it altruistically and I'm over here not accepting money. Of course I am. But by helping people, anytime you help somebody, you bind that person closer to you. Ooh, that was loud. A little bit more, which is a way of developing a friendship. I mean, if you think about it, friends are really just people that you have stuff in common with. That's really what it is. Like, think about your friends historically, like real life friends. They're probably people that you were in close physical proximity to, that you had something in common with, and you know, because of like repeat association after an extended period of time, you kind of became friends with that person. Maybe you were in school together, maybe you worked together, maybe you were in the military together, maybe you fucking both visited the same establishment frequently, the gym, whatever, but you had something in common. And what we have in common is that we all work in OnlyFans management. And if you want to deepen that connection that you have with somebody, is you will deepen the involvement that you have with them. So like, random example, okay, one level would be just casually in the same Telegram group together. Another level would be you're casually in the same Telegram group together, but you both do Instagram. Another level would be, okay, you both do Instagram and then you start working together to fucking, I don't know, do something together on Instagram. Or you both take a program together that is about Instagram, something like that, which it like deepens the amount of commonalities that you have, which is a very good way to kind of like automatically be closer with people. Like, again, I will give away one of my tricks that's not really a secret anymore, but one of the reasons why I enjoy making this style of content and why I'm completely shamelessly fucking sitting in front of the camera, rambling and giving you lots of personal details about myself, about my life, about what I like, about what I don't like, my experiences, is because every little fact that I throw out there, I know there's a chance that you, the viewer, will have that in common with me. And you'll be like, oh, that happened to me too. I have something in common with that Yala Poppy guy. And it will automatically make you feel a closer connection to me, which will help you at least feel like you're closer to me. And so if we ever are in a situation where we talk, you will feel like I'm your friend, right? I probably won't feel like you're my friend because I don't know you. I don't know anything about you, but I will be starting off at an advantage if we do start talking, because you've seen fucking 100 of my videos and you know everything about me and you know that we have stuff in common. And that's good for me. Like, if I ever, to be perfectly transactional about it, if I want something from you, it's a lot easier to get if you feel like we're friends, right? Which is another reason why you should have friends in OFM. Because like, it just makes shit easier. I know people will twist this and they'll be like, oh, you're just saying you should use your friends and you should only be friends with people that can benefit you and blah, blah, blah. But like that's why people are friends anyway, right? You're getting something out of somebody regardless. I'm not saying like I'm going to pretend to be nice to somebody because I want something from them. I'm fortunately in a position where I don't fucking need to do that at all. And I'm just not that type of person anyway. But there are tactical benefits to being friends with somebody. And this is an extremely difficult, competitive, fucking advanced space that changes all the time. Don't you think you should do like anything you can to get an advantage and make it easier for yourself? I do. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. The second reason why you should try and make friends in OFM is that your friends will keep you going when you want to quit. So, I'll talk about myself. I'll use myself as an example. When I started in OFM, I had some brief success. I had some brief successes with a cam studio, which is what I did when I started. Made a couple $1,000s in my first month. Shut the cam studio down, shifted to OnlyFans. No results until I started working with Account Stealth, who, by the way, it's because we started working together that we became friends. I mean, we kind of talked before that and we were like friendly, but like we didn't actually like become good friends until we started working together. And we talked every fucking day. Message like, oh, this model sent this, I need her to do that, I need you to get me this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like that constant communication, that constant exposure is what caused us to be friends. So anyway, didn't have, like, I got good results with him because he's just so good at Reddit and he was like able to fucking get her traffic and subs. And he also chatted on the account. He's a great chatter. And like, I don't know how he did it. He just made a bunch of money. But after that, because the model eventually quit because I kind of, anyway, it's a long story, but I bobbled the ball. I should remake that video now that my old channel's down. Anyway, I bobbled the ball. I fucked it up. She quit. And then we kind of stopped working together. And after that, because he really took over, I was great at recruiting. I could get girls, but I couldn't do anything else. So after that, there was like a lull where like I couldn't do shit. And eventually, man, I always forget about this, but I had scouts working for me that would give me girls for free. They would just send me girls and I'd be like, yeah, of course, I'll take care of everything else. Just give me the girls. We'll give you 10% and that's it. And they fucking sent me girls nonstop. And I would try to find people to do the traffic and the chatting, which I never could. But I mean, I got a lot of people that told me they could, but it never worked. Literally 0 out of maybe 10 times that I tried, it worked. It was awful. Anyway, I had like a very long period where I made no money. Zero, like $0. It was embarrassing. So embarrassing. I would say probably my first 6 months, I didn't make any money. I don't know, maybe under like $1,000. I don't know, whatever. I made a couple thousand with account stealth. I made a couple thousand with my fucking cam studio. And then it was just fucking crickets. It was terrible, very embarrassing. And it was awful. And I was considering quitting because I was like, fuck, I haven't done anything. I eventually fired all the remaining models that were with me because like I was so stressed out trying to manage them, failing. I was overloaded because like my scouts stopped working with me. I fired all the traffic people who fucking couldn't do anything. And then I had all these models and I had no idea what to do. So I'm like struggling to get traffic to 6 models by myself. Couldn't fucking do it. Ended up firing everybody and was like, okay, I'm starting over. During that time, I considered quitting. Now, the reason I didn't quit after this whole spiel, the reason I didn't quit is because during that time of me actually like doing or trying to do all this OFM stuff, I'd started a YouTube channel. I had a Telegram group. I had a blog and I was very, I was trying to make a name for myself. I was trying to put myself out there. And as a result, a lot of people found me and they reached out to me and we had conversations. And, some of them I became close with, some of them I became friendly with, some of them we had things in common and we continued to talk and I made more connections. And like, even though I wasn't making any money, I had all these cool people that I had met as a result of me doing OFM. And that kept me in the game because I thought to myself, I was like, okay, well, if I quit, then I won't have any reason to associate with these people anymore. Like, I'm not going to hop on Telegram and send a message to some fucking guy who does OFM if I'm not doing it also. Like, why? We're just going to be like, hey, bro, how are you? That wasn't on the radar. So for me, my friends kept me going. And they weren't like, I'm not trying to say that they were like trying to motivate me. They were like, oh, bro, don't quit. It wasn't about that at all. I never told anybody that I was thinking about quitting. But I thought about it because you fail long enough and, you're kind of over it. But I didn't want to give up the friendships that I had with these people. So I kept going. Thank goodness I did. The next reason why you should try to make friends in OFM, and this is a very important one that most people don't think about. In fact, I would say very few, if any, people think about this. But this is that you never know who is going to blow up. You never know. You never know who is going to be the next guy who is just fucking everywhere, who like crushes it out of the gate and makes $1 million a month, or who blows up on social media, or who starts a massive Telegram group, or who becomes like loved by the community. And again, you might think this is transactional and I'm being like an evil person by saying like, you never know who you can take advantage of in the future because they're cool. But the fact is that since doing this for, 20 months-ish, I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've seen a lot of people pop up who I remember when they started. And then eventually I see that they blow up and they turn into fucking famous people, right? I'll give you some examples. Account Stealth is a great example, right? When I started, okay, I met Account Stealth on Black Hat World. I had my journey thread. He responded. I sent him a DM. We started talking. I made a Telegram group. Back then there were no Telegram groups for OFM. I was like, oh, I should make a Telegram group and we can all be in the group together and talk bullshit. I made the Telegram group. I invited Account Stealth. I invited everybody that I met from Hack Forums and Black Hat World into that Telegram group. Guess who another one of those people that I invited into the Telegram group was? BTZ. Met him on Black Hat World. We started talking. was like, hey, I have a Telegram group. Do you want to join? Obviously, didn't know he was going to turn into the guy with the biggest marketplace and the biggest group and all these fucking other groups and like all this shit going on. Had no idea. He was just another guy, right? Just another guy. But we started talking. We had that initial, like, we had that thing in common where we both kind of started at the same time. I had a call with him very early on after he started his marketplace. Like, we stayed on good terms for the entire, beginning phase, let's say, of our engagement in OFM. I'll give you another example. Source code. You know source code? I met source code on Hack Forums. We exchanged a couple of messages on Hack Forums. I don't remember how. I think maybe either I invited him to my Telegram group or maybe he started a Telegram group or he had a Telegram group for e-whoring or something. But like when he started, I remember when he started his Telegram group, he wasn't like a known person back then. He was a fucking random from Hack Forums. I mean, I guess he was pretty known on Hack Forums, but like you don't, just because somebody has a fucking active profile on Hack Forums or a forum somewhere, that doesn't mean that they're going to blow up in OFM. Okay. Now, still to this day, he's a good person to know. He joined the Fed, right? Secret achiever. He's also a good person to know, right? If you need any fucking hide some bodies somewhere in some town somewhere or, anywhere. Not saying he's a good person to call, but like he might know somebody who's good. Goodnight John, right? Another one. Goodnight John. Who doesn't like Goodnight John? Everybody likes Goodnight John. I remember when Goodnight John just started. When he was a nobody, he was fucking talking bullshit in some group, posting screenshots of his dolphin profile, right? Or his dolphin dashboard, right? I was like, oh, okay, this guy seems like, I wasn't sure at first. I was like, okay, I don't know about this guy. Is he weird? Is he nice? Is he a dickhead? What? But like, you stay in touch with people. You try to provide a good impression. You try to say nice things, or at least not be a fucking asshole. Why don't you start with that? How about just starting to not be an asshole? I feel like that's so hard for people on Telegram to do. It's kind of crazy. And now, Goodnight John, he's loved by all. He's a very, popular guy. And it pays to have somebody like that who you can call them your friend. And again, like I said, I'm not saying that, Goodnight John, he actually might do it because he's a nice guy. But like if I needed somebody to help me move, if I called him up, if we were in the same city, he'd probably do it. Or I don't know, maybe he wouldn't. I'm totally wrong. But the point is that the people who you're starting with today, right? Or the generation that you entered into the OnlyFans management space, whatever generation that is, right? There are people who started with you in that same generation. Came in, everybody else came in. You're starting to figure shit out on your own. How do I get a model? How do I do a payout? How do I do this on fucking TikTok? Oh, I have 3 models now. One of them, whatever bullshit you're going through at the same time. You kind of grow up together. You come in, whatever generation it is, you grow up together. You go through bullshit at the same time. You see each other kind of out of the corner of each other's eye. He's in this group. You're in this group. Like you see them both talking. If you become friends with that person, I'm not saying you need to fucking hit them up and send them dick pics or something. Like, ask them a question. Ask them fucking be like, hey, bro, I saw you said this. Can I ask you a question? That's it. That's how I did it on Black Hat World. People fucking responded to my thread, and I was like, oh, this guy seems pretty fucking smart. Like, why don't I send him a DM and see if he can answer some questions for me? That's it. And it starts from there. And then you keep going. You keep continuing the conversation. But you never know who's going to blow up from your generation. And I would argue, if this is important to you, if this is something that you want to do for a long time, you like the industry, you like the vibe, you like the mentality, you like the business model, whatever it is, you're here for the long term, it would behoove you to do your best to try and be nice to people and get, some friends in the fucking game so that you can leverage them in some way later on. Again, I don't want it to sound like super transactional, but my network is now like the more time that goes on, the more important my network becomes. Like the more I rely on other people to fucking be a specialist and connect me in some way to some shit that would take me fucking months to try to do on my own. I don't want to do that. Okay, you're a fucking, 20-year-old tech genius and you can fucking reverse engineer Snapchat in 2 days if you sit down and figure it out by yourself. Good for you. Good for you. I'm happy for you. That's not me. I got shit to do. I'd rather make videos and talk bullshit and, get on the phone with the CEO of some affiliate marketing company and see if I can put some models on his website and get affiliates with millions of people of reach to do the traffic for me. I'd rather do that. That's just me. And then finally, the final reason why you should make friends in OFM is that when you get stuck, your friends may be able to help you. Now, look, at the end of the day, we're all competing with each other, really. Like, unless you have a business partner, everybody's competing. Every agency. Yeah, we're friendly. Yeah, we help each other on Telegram to a certain extent. But we are all competing. There's only so many simps out there. There's only so many eyeballs on social media. I know it seems like it's infinite, but it's not. It's a finite number of people. And there's only so many posts that can go viral. There's only so many number one spots in the top subreddits. There's only so many Tinder profiles that can be in a city at a given time. So we're all competing. There's only so many dollars that these simps have that they can spend on content. We're all in competition with each other. So how much is somebody really going to help you when you get stuck? Well, it depends. I remember having a conversation with somebody, and just because this was, I think, like one of the first conversations that I had with him too, but because he watched my videos and he knew who I was, and he was, I think I might have mentioned this guy before, but this guy was Israeli, right? And I asked him, he wanted to get on the phone for some reason. And I asked him where he was from. And he's like, oh, I'm from Israel. I was like, oh, and I started talking to him in Hebrew. And he's like, oh my God, no way. You speak Hebrew? I can't believe it. And then from there, it was like he wanted to help me with anything. And he showed me where, I won't say exactly what he helped me with, but he helped me with some stuff for traffic. It was super useful. He fucking connected me with some people that made me able to get traffic for one of my models in I don't want to say it was easy, but like he put me onto something that I never would have found otherwise, like would never have occurred to me to do. And it all happened just because I had a phone call with this guy. We happen to have something in common. He latched on to that commonality, and then he gave me something I didn't ask him for it. I didn't pay him for it. I didn't bring it up. He was just like, you know what? There's this thing that I'm doing. Don't tell anybody. I'm going to tell you because you're Israeli and it's like a mafia kind of, but I'm going to tell you, but like, don't say anything. Here's how you do it. Talk to this guy, buy this, boom, you're done. So, do what you can. I have an advantage because I make content. It's a fucking superpower. Like, I don't know why more people don't do it. It's literally a superpower. My videos aren't even good. I don't edit them at all. I like press record on OBS and I talk. I don't script them. I don't plan them out. I fucking pick a topic. I make an outline and I just blah, blah, blah. Like, and I hope my mic isn't accidentally turned off by the time I'm done. That's it. But because I put myself out there and I somewhat shamelessly promote myself, it gives a lot of people a chance to meet me, to learn about me, to hear my story, to listen to me as they do cardio or fucking cook dinner or I don't know, whatever. Whenever you listen to me, whenever it is, that is an excellent opportunity for people to get to know me. That warms them up, pre-warms them for me to become friends with them. Should you do that? Fucking, of course you should. But you're probably not going to. So the next best thing would be to just send people DMs on Telegram. Like, somebody says something interesting, somebody drops some sauce, send them a message, see what they say. Maybe they're a dickhead, maybe they're not. You never know. Cool. That is why you should try and make friends in OnlyFans management. Let me know what you think about that. Drop me a comment, like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one.